Voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
Well, welcome everybody to Steve's Wrestling Ramble here on Thursday night. I apologize for being 3 minutes late here to my own show. But I just had to finish a few things here before the start of the show and waiting also for my other team members and man of the hour, to be quite honest, Ron Jamaica, be our guest here to talk Backlash, Jinder Mahal specifically, and other things as well. Now, that was Randy Orton's theme I wanted to play because most of us assumed and thought and predicted and this and that and said, oh, it's about a 99.9% chance that Randy Orton's going to win, he's going to retain, don't worry about it. I even said in my prediction show last week, and you can check that out to confirm it, but I said that I did want to give WWE a thumbs up for making us believe that Jinder Mahal could be the winner, could become the champion, and the build to Backlash and him pinning AJ Styles and others, Sami Zayn as well, during the weeks leading up to the pay-per-view. And I thought that really did a very well done job of building up Jinder Mahal to make us believe there was a chance, instead of saying that there was no chance in hell, that there was a good chance or a chance at all of Jinder winning. And then Sunday rolled around, and it was Backlash. And we had the match, and just for those that maybe living under a rock or want to relive this, let's hear how everything went down, shall we? So yes, indeed, Jinder Mahal wins and becomes WWE World. Was a shock to me. I had my live reaction, so is millions and others here on YouTube, and otherwise their live reactions and reactions to the show in itself. Ron Jamaica did his video of his reaction, and then after the show, talking about it there as well. So I'm trying to go here to the chat, but anyways, that was it was a pretty good Backlash pay-per-view, I gotta say. Overall, I enjoyed it. Jinder Mahal winning being the biggest moment, biggest part of it all, but still the event overall was still pretty good, so to speak, for what it was. Getting the new superstars over, especially just getting Nakamura, Ty Dillinger getting their wins. Rest pay-per-view debuts, at least I think it is for both of them. So certainly a good way to start the show. But I just want to get that there for my intro. Excuse me, as I wait for others to join in here. I'll give it a couple of minutes, seconds, or whatever. I don't know if anybody else will, which is underwhelming. It was anticipated to be a pretty good, entertaining, awesome episode. I already heard from one of our team members that he will not be here tonight for whatever reason. I mean, it's understandable. Things happen. But just, how this episode was being anticipated, especially how good the last episode was, the prediction episode, with Kieran, Ron Jamaica, Mark Rambo. I mean, even just having that core here is good enough. But we'll see if Mark Rambo was even able to make it, let alone Ron Jamaica. Talk about the show, talk about things. But either way, let's welcome my co-host here, as before there's too much of awkward silences. And I can actually get on camera back on here. I actually have this lower third thing finally worked out here. You can see that there. hopefully it looks right, looks straight on camera while you're watching live or archived. Because I don't know, sometimes when I do something like this, or especially when I haven't done this in a while, it doesn't show up the way it is. So if you are watching live, let me know, or archive, obviously. Either way, let me know. Make sure that it is looking right. Otherwise, it would be looking the other way, upside, instead of being over here where it's supposed to be. It'd be over here instead of over there. Anyways, point is, let's welcome Kieran. We are into the show. How you doing, man? And what are your thoughts? I mean, as we, come off of Backlash and what happened, Jinder Mahal winning and stuff like that, like,
well, first off, once again, thanks for having me again, Steve. My thoughts on Mahal winning, it's kind of hard to explain because on one hand, I want people to find it completely freaking hilarious that they put the title on Jinder Mahal. And, a lot of people you're going to have said, and I see kind of a double standard. People say, look at San Martino, Hogan, Austin, Rock, Michaels, Bret Hart, Ric Flair, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Triple H. All those guys have held that title, and now Jinder Mahal has it. I see what people are saying when they say, that's kind of, doesn't it, because that kind of delegitimizes it. But at the same time, we've had Vince McMahon's held the title, crying out loud. So I don't think that's going to destroy the legitimacy of the WWE title because they put it on Jinder Mahal. And, you got some people saying, they put it on a quote-unquote jobber. Brian Zane from Wrestling Regret made a good point. Bray Wyatt has been kind of a jobber for a lot of his career. Granted, he's a big star, but still he never wins any feuds. And no one really had a problem when he won the title. People were thrilled, as a matter of fact. And he was a quote-unquote jobber. And so I'm not completely angry, per se, about it, like, say, Raunchy Mikey was. But I'm not thrilled either. I'm going to see where it goes from here.
And I guess your overall thoughts, how long do you think they actually will have him hold this title? I know we were thinking about it and talking about it somewhat in the prediction episode in case he actually won, but now that it actually happened and it's real, how long do you think that WWE is going to actually have him being the WWE champion?
I'll be honest, I didn't even think they were going to put the title on him. But knowing that they did it because they want to tap into the lucrative Indian market and try to get more fans from India, and for what I heard, there was a lot of people that turned on that watched Backlash from India Sunday, so mission accomplished. It all depends on how much more fans that they can get from India. If he continues to bring in more fans from India, they'll keep the title on him a little bit longer. But realistically, I don't see him holding it past SummerSlam at the most. That's probably a stretch. He'll probably lose that Money in the Bank, but I surely don't have him holding it past SummerSlam.
I say 3 months or more. I say that I think that would be what would make the most sense and would make it worthwhile to me of them making the decision, going through with it, actually making him the champion, whether it is just because of the Indian market, going into India, touring. I mean, they keep talking about the population there, so there's a big chunk of people that they want to get new to be fans, this and that they're trying to do, but still, to make it worthwhile to me, I say go past SummerSlam, 3+ months as champion. Anything less than that, not making it, at least to me, worthwhile to him being the champion. Because if that was the case, then to me, I'd be like, why did they still put the title on him? They're in that way.
I see what you're saying, but here's one thing I will say: I don't know. Like, I want to talk about drawing power because because some may say he won't draw a lot, so he won't be champion long. And I understand times were different, but remember, Kevin Nash was champion for nearly a whole year, and he was the worst drawing champion of all time. So I don't know if he'll. I'm pretty sure you can't really get to worst drawing champion because WWE has so much money nowadays; they can do anything. Since there's no real competition like it was in 1995. What happened with Kevin Nash or Diesel Kevin Nash, everyone said, won't happen again because 95 is arguably the worst year in WWE history. I wasn't born for that. I'm pretty sure. It's pretty obvious that was probably the worst year. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not one of those idiots who thinks I don't want him to fail because WWE put the title on him. I want this to work because you give him a shot, let him run with it. Let's just see where it goes.
Aren't you, Mike? You there?
Mike?
Hey, what's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yep, let him clear.
All right, what's up, guys?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
I'm recuperating. Just trying to, just trying to still process and hang in there with what we saw last Sunday.
Yeah, certainly. I did see your reaction. I also saw your Periscope video as well and your thoughts on everything. I did see that you went, did what you said you were, being the man of your word, canceling W Network for now until otherwise deem it worthy to reactivate it. But beyond that, I guess again, to get your thoughts, stay on here. How long do you think WWE will have him as champion? Anything else that you want to get off your chest? Or is there anything left on your mind that that you haven't already said to the world since Sunday night?
Well, honestly, when I did that, I got that email really quick from the network, and I was like, all right, fuck this. I just deleted the email right away because they say, oh, reactivate. I was like, no, fuck you, bitch. And so I got rid of that right away, and I just thought about it because I did that whole thing, and then that's when I uploaded the reaction, and I was gonna do it on camera, but I was so insane at that moment. I was just going crazy. My blood was pumping. I was just angry as fuck. That's why I didn't get that on the camera. I was just going crazy. That's why I went at the end of that reaction. I just got out, turned off the camera, and then I went straight to the computer and went fucking crazy. And that's what I did that. But yeah, I uploaded that reaction video, and I was totally completely honest of my reaction of how I felt, outspoken. And now I got 3,578 views on that video with a total of 67 upvotes and 88 downvotes. And the majority of the comments are people legitimately hating on me. But I really could give two fucks. I really don't care. As far as Jinder winning, that was, because we all talked about it, we joked around about it. You guys were, digging at me and stuff like that. It was all in good fun. I know that.
Absolutely.
And but the back of my subconscious knew this guy's gonna get a title. He's gonna get it. But then I was like, maybe no, maybe they're not gonna do that shit. Then maybe they'll string it out. Maybe he'll get a chance later on. But no, they did it. And what pissed me off the most was Randy was dominating, and I went absolutely crazy. You can see in the reaction video of how he demolished the Bali bitches, and it was amazing how he almost killed that one fucking guy. I was dying. It was amazing. That's the thing. He was dominating. He was in good peak condition. It's like in the video games, W2K17. Like your stamina is all the way up, right? Your stamina is all the way good. You're refreshed. But he does that doesn't move on to Bali bitches inside the ring, and then Jinder comes from behind, one finisher and 1, 2, 3. That it should have took a lot more to take down the Viper, the Legend Killer. Just that finish. If that finish was done a little bit better, Randy fighting back a little bit more, then he did it again, then I would have been still pissed equally, but I would have thought it would have been a better finish. But for him to go, that's one of the worst finishes I've ever seen. That's the equivalent to the belly to belly. That's equivalent to that finish. I hate that finish so much. It doesn't look strong at all. I hated the fucking way it ended. I can't believe Jinder Fuckface is our champion. I feel like Randy is going to hopefully get it back at Money in the Bank. But as far as I know, they're merchandising in India. They want to market it way better over there. So apparently that is why Jinder's champion and trying to get good with all that whole entire freaking market now. So he probably is going to be a hateful heel champion for quite a while. And I hope to God it's not for a long time, because I do want to get back into this, but that shit just threw me over the edge. I haven't reacted that hard since Roman Reigns entering at number 30 at the Royal Rumble. But yeah, this was really hard for me as a WWE fan. I know it's a show. We all know it's scripted. We all know it's entertainment. But you can't help but get into it. When you have your favorite wrestlers and whatnot, especially a guy like Jinder, who got pushed to high heaven the shortest amount of time with really no build up whatsoever. There wasn't any build up. So for them to do that like that, I'm still flabbergasted. I just can't believe it happened. I skipped Raw. I skipped SmackDown. I just stayed away from all that stuff, so I have no idea what happened there. But as far as the pay-per-view of Backlash went, besides that final match, I loved the match itself. I thought Randy was dominating. A lot of holy shit moments between the two Bali bitches to the tables. But the rest of the pay-per-view, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was an actual good pay-per-view. I didn't think it was shit at all, like a B pay-per-view. I thought it was actually pretty good. But yeah, that's my thoughts right now on YouTube. I am absolutely hated with the internet wrestling community for my views on Jinder Mahal, but that's okay.
I still like you.
Thank you, Kat.
Yeah, you're still my guy, Mike. I'll probably continue to pick on you.
I know you will, man. I know you will.
Still my guy.
Hey, Katrina, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I probably smell like a man's locker room right now, but other than that, I'm doing well.
So, what are your thoughts on Jinder Mahal, and how long do you think you'll be holding the title?
I'm kind of the opposite of our good buddy Ranchi over there, because although I know the reasoning behind why he is champion now, because they're expanding on India and the whole other jazz. But honestly, at first I was pissed when he became number one contender, because it's no secret that I'm waiting for Sami Zayn to become WWE champion. It's no secret, so I was pissed when that whole bit happened. Actually, I went to bed mad. I didn't even finish watching it. But after his watching his heel work, I actually found it rather refreshing for a heel to actually get heat and get booed and stuff like that. We haven't had that in a while, because AJ Styles is just too lovable to hate on, and no matter what he does, it's great. So, but as for Jinder Mahal being the champion now, I'm actually rather excited to see someone new have the championship, regardless of the reason. And like I said, I've been actually rather impressed with his heel work, and I hope he kind of keeps it on for at least a couple months, at least until SummerSlam or something like that. And see how well he does. So I'm actually rather happy for him, and wish him the best. I'm going to be rather optimistic about it.
Same here. And like I said earlier, 3 months or more, I see him, or I want him to be champion, because I think it would make it credible, make it more sense than if they do it in just 1 month and have Randy Orton win back the title. Then I wonder why even pull the trigger and have him become the champion at Backlash in the first place. Yes, Karen?
I just like to respond to what Katrina said about being a heel being booed. I agree with that, but at the same time, I don't think that's really heel heat as much as just quote unquote, what was it, X-Pop heat. They don't want you on the screen. That's why you're being booed. Not so much as because you're a good heel. Plus, trust me, I don't like the foreign heel gimmick. It's completely overdone and it's out of date. But so I don't think the heat Jinder has is heel heat as much as it is X-Pop heat. But I do agree it is refreshing to see a heel get booed, because KO doesn't really get booed. AJ never got booed when he was a heel. Seth Rollins never got booed. The most booed person in WWE is supposed to be that no one babyface and Roman Reigns. So I agree with that. I don't hate Roman Reigns or anything, but that's just the truth. But other than that, yes, it is refreshing to see a heel get booed. But I don't know if it's really heel heat he's getting booed from.
Now, I will agree with you on the foreign champion type of deal. It is kind of outdated and overdone, and I like to refer to as getting cheap heat, is kind of because it's something so easy to get booed for. But I don't know. I even liked their presentation at his inauguration. Actually, I thought that was heaps of fun and rather appropriate. I was actually speaking of that, I would say that I was surprised that it was not interrupted. I was expecting Randy Orton or someone else to come out and interrupt him. So the fact that it wasn't kind of, to me, makes it maybe like his championship is a little bit more solidified, and no one's going to, try to take that spotlight away from him right away. I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah, same here. I was expecting Randy Orton or somebody or something to interrupt this celebration, but the celebration itself was entertaining and interesting to me. He didn't have too much extra to say, as he kept on saying, or has been saying since he became number one contender of everybody against him and proven wrong, this and that. But beyond that, and just for the celebration itself, I certainly enjoyed it on SmackDown Live. And like I said, I hope he's champion for at least 3 months.
The only thing I'd like to see change is
You good, Mike?
the
I'm sorry.
everything like that, because whenever they come out, I think they look like they just got done doing gay porn.
That's a nasty image in my head.
I'm sorry, Steve. Did you just say that you hope Jinder's champion for the next 3 months?
Yeah, 3 months or more.
Bro, you know I have love for you, but what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you say that?
Come on, at least give him until SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, that's too far. SummerSlam's too long.
You're not gonna die. It's like in August, isn't it?
Can I just say, Mike, I respect how emotional you are for the product because, like you said, it's scripted.
He has passion. It's great.
Yeah, I really love that because, and trust me, I go through the same thing. I get legitimately angry at some things. For example, Roman Reigns entering number 30 at the Royal Rumble completely pissed me off in no end. Almost ruined the whole show. But I think like a moment over the weekend that worked correctly to make me emotional was everything that happened with DIY in the ladder match. Because, I was really, really pulling for him. And literally, it nearly brought a tear to my eye just seeing them lose because they came so close. And then when they lost, my eyes got worried. That's how upset I was. And then Ciampa turned on Gargano, which really crushed me. That's how you do it.
It hurt.
That's a good heel turn because
I agree completely.
Crowd angry. That was heartbreaking. That's good emotion. That's how you do emotion. I remember last time WWE got me emotional. I think I do remember last time, but I don't think I really want to bring it up. WWE got me emotional in that way.
Yeah.
That did hurt a lot. I kind of got tears in my eyes a little bit. They didn't fall, but I did get teary-eyed. That was all.
Yeah, I was watching the NXT TakeOver on my computer, actually. And, I don't watch NXT regularly, but I watch it sometimes, so I know exactly what storylines are happening, So when that match happened, that was one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. And just that ladder spot was the most deadliest, scariest. Both of them could have died like this.
Absolutely. That was
I was like, just like you said, man, I was pulling for them. I was screaming on my computer. I was like, please, for the love of God. Then when I lost it, I was just crushed. And that whole thank you chants, and you saw them. They were like emotionally just, they were kind of crushed themselves that they lost, but the fans brought such amazing feelings to them. And you never expected that heel turn to come. When that came, that just ripped my goddamn heart out my chest. Like, but they could have went to the main roster and just competed, and now how are they going to do this? How, if they do go to the main roster, how are they going to patch up together? Now it's going to be a long storyline within itself. Now we're not going to see them on the main roster for a long time. Now we're going to have to deal with this heartbreak of them being split up. But as you were saying,
it'll be really interesting when they do get up on there.
Yeah. And
oh, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Go.
No, I was gonna say, I don't think it's going to be anything like the whole KO Sami Zayn daily. I have a feeling you're gonna go like a totally bit more over the top direction. At least I hope so, because that's KO and Sami Zayn's storyline. That's something completely different.
Yeah, probably. But I was saying, because I know you said, man, that there's certain things that got you emotional, but probably to this day right now, probably the most emotional, because we were all here, I think, was The Undertaker. That was the most recent memory right now, was definitely Undertaker's. That crushed me. That I was done. I was just, I am so done. This was one of the most devastating things I've ever had to see in WWE.
I cried like a little girl.
I literally cried when he was coming out to enter the match. Then I realized, okay, yes, this is his last match.
Yep.
And literally my eyes got misty. My little brother literally just said, Kyron, it's okay. Because when it comes to us, no matter when you grew up, in our childhood, it was The Undertaker who was there. For me, it was a few others. But seeing someone who's put in that type of legacy that we finally walk away, and even saying that in person, that literally hurts you, because no matter who you are, there's not a single wrestling fan, anyone in the industry has ever said anything bad about The Undertaker. So when you see him retire, whether you're a kid or adult, that's gonna hurt you.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I'm 26 now, and I, like I said this before. I mean, I was literally yay high over here. I was so small, and I remember jumping up and down my bed every single time he came out when he was a phenom or the American Badass. I mean, we literally watched him grow. You know, we literally watched him go through all these character transitions, and to finally see that final character that he was in the beginning, go back to his old self, and then that's it. It's just like the most. It's shocking. First you say like, Jesus Christ, how many years have went by so fast? You know, you saw this guy's whole entire legacy of all these different characters, and that's it. And probably my second most emotional thing ever was probably Roman Reigns coming out number fucking 30, because I was emotional as fuck. I was terrified. I was angry. You saw my reaction video. I was going fucking nuts.
My mom yelled at me because I was screaming so loud when Roman came out number 30. It looked like I'm in the basement. She's all the way up the steps. Roman music hits. I look like I've had my fair share. I don't hate him, but I've had my fair share of Roman Reigns anger. Fastlane 2016 when he pinned Dean Ambrose. Extreme Rules 2016 when he pinned AJ Styles after everything AJ put him through. Literally, I dropped a few F-bombs. Now I'll swear on this show, I dropped a few F-bombs right there. And when he came out number 30, and I don't hate Reigns, but when WWE book stuff like that pisses you off. And every time I've ever gotten that angry, my mother literally yells, "Come you shut the up." This is a true story. This is true. Everything I don't record my reactions. But if I did, I would probably be just like Mike. Except I don't swear online. But I'll probably be just like Mike, how he is when he does his reaction, because that was legitimately the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. And of course, with having a Periscope, me continue to pick on you was even funnier.
Oh man, when I don't. That was my first time on freaking Periscope. I was just so enraged. I was like, I need to go live. I need to fucking vent to people. And I didn't know anyone was gonna join. Then at the end, I saw the views like 80 something views. I'm like, 80 fucking people saw this shit, really? But yeah, I was just losing. I've never done that before, and I just had to let it out, man. But that's the thing, dude. We are, no matter what anybody says, we are loyal, passionate WWE fans. You just can't take that away from us. Fuck it. I don't care who has a different opinion. It is what it is. But Steve, you're the host, man. What are we talking about? I know we got off track a little bit. We had to get off some past stuff off our chest.
Right quick, may I interject before we move on? About just talking about Taker's legacy right quick. I have a feeling that I'm older than all of you. Maybe turning 31 soon. Am I right? Am I older than all of you?
I'm 26. You're not that much older.
I'm 29.
I'm just pointing out that I actually remember watching in 1990 SummerSlam when Kane the Undertaker made his official first debut as $1 Million Man's mystery partner, and I still remember to this day that crowd's reaction of just watching him, this brand new persona, just taking to the ring. And I was actually very scared at that time. I was afraid of him.
That's amazing how that happens. That's amazing how it just works, you know? Just that's incredible.
27 years later, and then you get to see him retire.
Unbelievable.
So, anyway, I just wanted to, that moment I still remember, and I was like 4 years old at that time.
Wow.
And it's still ingrained in my brain as a childhood memory. So, anyway, moving on.
No, it's fine. And for most of us, Undertaker's been our whole lives. You know, I was born in 1988. Technically, his wrestling career started before I was born. For the Undertaker, before he was the Undertaker character, before he debuted, before he was in WWE.
He was Mean Mark Callis.
Right, that's what I mean. Before then, you know, before we got to the Undertaker and everything, but then he was the Undertaker. Then he had the great long career, and ending at WrestleMania, or at least we assume or highly assume that is the case. He's going to retire in New Orleans next year, where his streak ended at WrestleMania 30. Put him into the Hall of Fame. But for me, and my biggest, I guess, reactions, and obviously they weren't taped, but Dean Rollins, ladder match for the WWE title when he was so close and missed it. There, I had a big Dean Ambrose mark. So Dean Ambrose being my guy. Obviously, The Undertaker being a big moment at WrestleMania. But I just wanted to share that. Moving on from Jinder Mahal, Backlash, and our memories, I guess, so to speak. Monday Night Raw. to SmackDown for start with Monday Night Raw.
I'm sorry, Steve. Are we not talking about Backlash?
Like the rest of the show?
No, if you guys want to.
Well, because I'm just saying, through through you guys talking for Raw and SmackDown, I haven't seen shit, so I'm gonna be very quiet. So I just at least want to just get some stuff into the rest of the Backlash pay-per-view. If that's okay with you guys, unless you guys want to talk, Raw and SmackDown.
It doesn't matter to
Are you
me.
finished with Backlash?
Go ahead, Mike.
I don't know which match. What was the first match? You gotta remind me.
Nakamura and Dolph Ziggler.
Okay, Nakamura and Dolph Ziggler. Honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I was kind of disappointed because I felt like Nakamura really held back from what he does in NXT, and I don't know if it's some rules or they had to hold him back for some kind of reason, but that match had the potential of being a match of the year candidate because we all know Dolph Ziggler is an incredible wrestler.
Yeah.
Shinsuke is an incredible wrestler, and both of those, the chemistry should have been off the charts. I have no idea where that match went wrong and why it wasn't as exciting as it should have been. But to me, it was a really big letdown. I knew, obviously, Shinsuke was going to win because he just got to the main roster. It would have made no sense for, them not to push new talent on the main roster. But yeah, to me, it was kind of a letdown. I really wish it was more exciting. It just felt really flat to me.
I think it was a good match. No doubt it was a good match. But like you said, what it could have been, it was disappointing. If I had to rank it, I know we don't rank matches per se, but I rank it on letter grades. I would have given it probably a B, maybe a B plus. For example, there was some spots I did like. For example, that kick Ziggler gave him to the back of his head, that looked deadly. Him spitting Nakamura's face, that was I like that was some good storytelling. But I think where it failed was, I think it could have used some more false finishes and a little bit more drama to help the match. Because I see they're trying to do they want to replicate, I guess what happened with Ziggler, Nakamura and Sami Zayn and take over Dallas, because that match was incredible. But they failed because we knew Nakamura was gonna win both matches, but this one didn't have the drama or the anticipation. I feel that the match with Zayn had. It suffered a little bit from it. It wasn't bad. It was far from a bad match, far from it. But what it could have and really should have been, it was a letdown.
I'll agree to that. It was I had a high expectations for it for the whole bit for both gentlemen involved. Hold on, my dog wants out. Come on now, in or out? In or out? Thank you. All right, sorry about that. I felt he really didn't showcase his strong style like he did in NXT, which is what I was more anticipating. And Dolph Ziggler being the great ring worker that he is, I would agree that they both kind of held back. Not sure it's because they're not familiar with each other or what, but it was a little underwhelming, but it was still good.
Yeah. I don't know if we're like going in order or are we jumping around like on the pay-per-view, because there's one more thing I want to talk about the pay-per-view. And that's Styles versus Owens. Once again, another match that really had the potential to be a match of the year candidate. And I was actually looking more forward to that than I was Nakamura and Ziggler. Because I like Styles and Owens more than both Nakamura and Ziggler. And once again, it was a really good match. Definitely the best match of the night for me. But something seemed a little bit off about it. I don't know if it's just me. And no, it's not the count-out ending. I really didn't have a problem with the count-out ending. Because one, it keeps both men looking strong. And two, it helps keep open for a rematch in the future, which might happen, might not. I'm just surprised the Chicago crowd didn't crap all over that, because knowing how Chicago is, like I said in the last week, how they can be, and when you have a match between Kevin Owens and AJ Styles in Chicago and ended in a count out, that takes balls. But the crowd didn't turn on the show, and I'm glad. I want to thank Chicago for, like I said last week, not hijacking either show, because remember how I said I was terrified of them doing it, and they really didn't.
Yeah, the Chicago crowd can be dicks.
Yes, a lot. Yeah, very. And I thought, I really did I liked Styles and Owens because it was obviously going to be a good match. But once again, what it really could have and should have been, I thought it was going to be a match of your candidate, and it was good. Something seemed off about it. I can't really put my finger on it, but something seemed off about that match. It was good, but not what I was expecting.
Okay, well, actually, we are going to go in order. So after Shinsuke Nakamura defeating Dolph Ziggler with the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the Usos successfully defending their tag team titles against Breezango. I know for me, I kind of was wanting Breezango to get the win, have them having whether it was going to be a long range, short range, whatever, at least have them get the titles now instead of waiting and holding it off. Maybe if they have to have the Usos get the title back later on, maybe SummerSlam, whatever. But I thought it would be the time. It would be the right time. I think it would have been perfect timing to have Breezango win at Backlash. I want to get your guys and gals' thoughts there. We'll start with Katrina. Your thoughts on the SmackDown Tag Team title match from Backlash.
Katrina?
Okay. Kieran?
It's hard. As a match, I wouldn't give it a passing grade. But as what it was supposed to do for Breezango, it worked. While some might not have liked the moments with Tyler Breeze cross-dressing, I thought it got a few good chuckles out of me. JBL getting hit with a dress had me on the floor laughing. It was that funny. And I really didn't at one point think that Breezango was gonna pull it off. But I don't remember any of the wrestling in the match. And that's the problem. If you're looking for a match with good wrestling, because all four men can work, I think it kind of failed. But as an angle to get over Breezango, it succeeded with it, and that's what it was supposed to do. But as a match, it wasn't that good. As an angle to get someone over, it worked.
Raunchy?
Personally, I thought it was actually a great match. I do remember I can understand man, how you would forget, because the kind of the big part of that was Tyler Breeze being a fuckhead with all the outfits and everything, because that's you're more focused on that. But as I was honestly really impressed with Fandango with his over the top rope flips, with his kicks. I thought he's improved a lot. I was like, oh shit! But as far as I enjoyed the match, I thought the wrestling was pretty good. Usos have really improved too, to be perfectly honest. And to be honest, I was in tears with Tyler Breeze changing outfits every single time. I was literally in tears, cracking up. I found that shit hilarious, especially when he came out as grandma, because that shit came out of nowhere. I did not expect to come as grandma. I was cracking up. I enjoyed the hell out of that match, to be honest. I wish it went to them. They need to be champions. I've been supportive of them since day one. They are so much fun. They are fantastic on the microphones. They make everybody laugh, and apparently the crowd loves them. They're so think about it. They're so good. They got a mop over. They got a mop over with the crowd. When the Usos broke that goddamn mop, everyone lost their shit and booed to high hell. They got a mop over, so these people like them, and I love them, and I hope to God they get another chance, and when they do, they get those titles back. I really do, because I heard that they did a rematch of SmackDown and they didn't get it, which is bullshit. I don't count it as a match because that's on SmackDown. If it's on a pay-per-view, different story. I just hope they get another rematch on a pay-per-view, see where it goes there. But I really wanted Breezango to win.
In the next matchup, Sami Zayn actually getting a surprise win, defeating Baron Corbin on their one-on-one. I guess start with Raunchy Mikey there. What are your thoughts there? And Sami Zayn getting the win here, I would say a much-needed win over Baron Corbin.
To be perfectly honest with you, that is the only match I didn't see because my network completely fucked up on me. So it skipped, and all I saw was Sammy's hand raised, and I was like, what the fuck? What just happened? So I didn't see the match. It messed up for me. That whole entire match, I couldn't watch it. So I had no idea until after. So yeah, if you want, Kieran, if you want to take it over, man.
I thought it was a good match. It was definitely a hard-hitting match. And I'll be honest, when Sammy hit the haluva kick and won, I was legit shocked, because when's the last time Sami Zayn got a pinfall victory on pay-per-view? What, Battleground? Almost a whole year ago? That I was surprised that Sammy won more than anything. And I'm glad he did win because he did need to win. But at the same time with Corbin, I mean, I know he did it on SmackDown, but I think it'd help if he had attacked Sammy after the match because SmackDown is doesn't really have a lot of legit main event heels. You got Owens and now Mahal, but with Styles going babyface and Miz going to Raw, you don't really have a lot of like main caliber babyface. I mean heels, and I think Corbin he attacked Zayn after the match or won the match one or the other. He could have gotten his heat back. But other than that, it was a good match. Definitely a good match.
Yeah, and I was surprised as well with Zayn getting the win. But with what happened on SmackDown, I guess they did kind of a do-over, actually having Corbin attack him and destroy him that way. Certainly was interesting. Katrina, are you there?
Yep, I'm
Good.
back. Sorry, Wi-Fi got screwed up. I had to move.
Okay, we're talking about Sami Zayn, Baron Corbin from Backlash. What are your thoughts?
I was surprised how fast it was, although the squash match was quite hysterical for me, actually. I don't know why I thought that was funny, but I did. The aftermath, though, the brutal beatdown that Sami Zayn got was that hurt as a quite the devout fan that I am. But I think that kind of helps the storyline for both men because it's not the first time that Sami got the crap beat out of him. And it won't be the last, I'm sure, as his underground gimmick that it is. I don't think this takes him out of Money in the Bank. I think it would be one of those bits where, is he not? And then he kind of comes out and works his underdog persona and was able to compete in Money in the Bank.
Okay.
I think this is, for me, that's where it's going.
Right. Yes, and like I mentioned, that happening on SmackDown Live, not at Backlash. Baron Corbin attacking Sami Zayn. Kind of, I think maybe WWE just giving a do-over of what they should have done. And Kieran and Margie Mark even brought up what they should have done at Backlash. They did it then the 2 nights later on SmackDown Live. Baron Corbin attacking Sami Zayn after a quick match, kind of squash match. Sami getting another victory over Baron Corbin after what happened in the start of the show, which we'll give and everything that went on there. Next match that was up, Natalya, Carmella, and Tamina, the Welcoming Committee, defeating SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch. Ranchi Mikey, were you able to actually see this match, and what were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, that match was bullshit. That match was just bullshit, man. I'm sorry, but I hate Natalya. She annoys the crap out of me. She sounds like a man. I hate her screams. They're like nightmare screams. Like ah! Every time she's a sharpshooter, that's how she groans. She goes ah! And it's terrifying. I wish it was a better match. I barely remember any of it. I just was not invested in it, to be perfectly honest with you. I just didn't care about that match, and I hate how Charlotte is in the background. Charlotte's the queen. She deserved to be more on the upfront, to be perfectly honest with you. She needs that title around her waist. I miss her as champion so bad, so bad. But yeah, it was just I like Becky's hairdo. I think she looked gorgeous at Backlash.
That just looked weird.
She always looked gorgeous.
You thought it looked weird, her hair, Steven?
Yeah, it's like, what the hell is she doing? I don't know. It just looked weird.
It looked stunning, but I will say that she kind of looked like an eel.
Sure, yeah, maybe funny over weird. Maybe I said the wrong adjective, but it wasn't.
She was gorgeous. She looked beautiful. But yeah, it was that match was just to me. I hate that Natalya. I hope to God they're not pushing Natalya to get that strap, because if she's getting that strap from Naomi, I'll be pissed off. That'll be another pissed off video you'll be seeing. Maybe.
It's not worth it, Mike. It's not worth
I know
it.
it's not worth Yeah. But yeah, it was just I didn't care for the match at all. Like I said, I wish Natalya didn't get the final. I hate to see Becky tap out, especially at her sharpshooter. I hate to see Becky tap out of anything. Just it wasn't a memorable match to me. I didn't care for it.
The only thing I was really expecting out of that match is just seeing Becky, as you guys said, so she looked absolutely gorgeous, as is her usual. But she kind of looked like a heel to me, so I was wondering if they're going to teasing a heel turn for her and Becky going rogue. I'm wondering that, or even just a tweener, not even a full heel turn. But just kind of hit it on both ends. That's what I was kind of anticipating. But I agree with you, gentlemen. I thought she looked amazing, but she always does.
All right, Jared.
And the only thing that gets on my nerves is Carmella. Is her voice makes my skin crawl. When she starts
If you want to talk
screeching
about someone that was looking amazing at Backlash, I would say Carmella was that one.
That's because Kamala's your girl. You're biased. You're biased on that shit.
And you are
But
biased
she's
towards
cool,
Charlotte.
too.
I'm not No, I'm not biased to her because I said Becky looked gorgeous. If I just said Charlotte only looked gorgeous and everyone looked like shit, I'd be biased. Leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. Not today.
And I made you suffer enough. I'll let you off today. The next time you're on the show, I'll be back to doing what I do best, and that's pissing you off. But the match for me, I'll be honest, I wasn't really invested in it a lot because, well, I wasn't invested for the simple fact that I do prediction videos on my channel, my younger brother, and we do bets, sort of. And I had to pick the welcoming committee, which obviously I got the point. Some people, I was expecting a heel turn from either Charlotte or Becky, and we got neither. And I really hope it's Charlotte the one that turns heel because she was, like I said before, she was born to be a heel. She does everything about her is better as a heel. She talks better as a heel. Her matches were better as a heel. And Becky is a baby who's just one of them baby faces who's just organically over to the point where, she can be blamed at times.
Zayn.
What'd you say?
She's like the female Sami Zayn.
Exactly. That's a perfect example. And I know that's what WWE wanted to do with Bayley, but she's not getting over the main roster like she did in NXT. But with Becky, she, like you said, she is a female Sami Zayn to the point where she can afford to tap out on pay-per-view, and it won't hamper her in any way. Which is why I knew that with the welcoming committee winning, Becky was going to be the one to take the fall because Naomi's champion, so you're not going to make her look weak. And Charlotte. And if you want, so I knew she wasn't going to get weak. So I knew that Becky was the one that was going to take the JOB in the match. But I don't remember, just like the last, the tag team match, it wasn't much I remember from the match. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't bad, but the welcoming committee, I don't know what to think about this group.
I think for me, they're hinting at maybe a possible breakup, but I don't really particularly care for them because the biggest chick in that group, which is James Ellsworth, and his initial storyline was heaps of fun, and I did enjoy it, but it's starting to get on my nerves. Yeah.
I never enjoyed that No Chin Freak to begin with. The only time I enjoyed him when Braun Strowman destroyed him. I can't stand Braun. I couldn't stand James Ellsworth for the life of me. And the fact that he beat AJ Styles not once, not twice, but 3 times. James Ellsworth beat AJ Styles 3 times. I wasn't watching.
If you look at it, really wasn't him. It really wasn't him.
It was pretty fucking funny. 1 and 2 was Dean Ambrose.
It was Dean Ambrose, yes, but the record book said James Ellsworth. Just let this sink for a second. James Ellsworth on the record book has more wins over AJ Styles than Dean Ambrose, John Cena combined. Just let that sink in for a minute.
He's going down as a legend, man. He's a fucking legend.
He sucks, Mike. He sucks in every way. And
I didn't think of it that way. Now I'm pissed.
I never cared from the beginning. I will give him this. But Carmella has been good for him because what else are they gonna do with him?
I hope they just break up his contract because isn't it his they can drop him at any time contract or something? That's what I heard. I don't know. That's for what my understanding was, but I don't know anything about that. So, anyways.
In the final match, I don't know if anybody even wants to talk about it, but Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, the match in between the U.S. title match and the WWE Championship match. I predicted Eric Rowan to win. I thought with the fact them kind of repackage him a little bit, I thought maybe they might be giving him a push, which for as a Luke Harper fan that I am, thinking that should be his spot. Still thinking that Eric would get the win, maybe do something, maybe go somewhere. But nonetheless, Luke in a quick match beating Eric. Kyron, what are your thoughts on that match, if anything?
Well, I'll be honest, I think that they're trying to build like Eric Rowan, so like how they did Mankind. He was trying to find power from the mask, but it kind of looked stupid. The match was the weakest match of the night for me. And the closest the crowd got to chanting CM Punk, which as you know, it pisses me off. But they didn't, thank goodness, because you know how much I hate that chant. But Luke, I do remember Luke winning with an ugly looking discus clothesline. It looked more like he just shoved him on the ground and clothesline. But other than those few points, that match was forgettable. You can skip it, and not much will be. And it was easily the worst match of the night for me. And it could have been good because both of them are really good work. I mean, look at that tag team matches they had with the Usos. Like a 2-3 fall match at Battleground a few years ago. That was great. But it's like when they're on their own, they don't really work good. Maybe they should put them in the tag team together. I'm fine. I'll be fine with that. Have them take the tag team titles.
I would be down with that. I do like what they're trying. I do like what they're trying to do with Eric Rowan's character. I didn't equate to Mankind. It kind of makes me think of well, I'm a nurse, so I kind of look at everything from a nursing point of view. It's a bad habit, but it kind of makes me think of patients I had that drew power from his pet cockroaches, and he was so bizarre and so off the chain that he was likable, and it makes me think of him. So yeah, that happened. Poor dear.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah, but so it makes me think of that, but it's like this twisted, likable thing going on. I'm kind of interested to see where it goes.
All right, actually, Mikey.
Yeah, that match was decent at best, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought the whole him gazing at the goddamn mask like it was actually Jim Carrey in the mask. Every time he looked at it, he thought he was gonna get some fucking powers, but he put on the mask. He was some goofy son of a bitch. But yeah, I thought they were gonna go somewhere with that. But they literally didn't. And I was like, wait, what the hell was the whole point of him just staring at the mask? I thought some crazy supernatural shit was gonna go down. Like fucking lights are gonna go black out and he's gonna come back fucking flying in the air as a demon. That would have been cool as shit. That would have been cool as shit.
It'd be stupid. It'd be stupid, but it'd be cool at the same time. It'd be
exactly.
Stupid,
it'd be stupid. But
I
cool.
would have taken that of what we got in the match because, like
I know
that ugly ass discus clothesline. I don't remember anything. From
that's exactly what I was going to talk about. It was decent, okay match at best, but my God, I'm so glad you pointed out, man, because I thought I was the only one who spotted that out. Because I thought it was going to be a clothesline, but literally, I remember it was always this exactly. It was just like this. He just went like this. He just went like this, and he just fell to the ground. So it's like, all right, so it's going to be a 1-2 kick out, and it got a fucking pinfall. It got all three. It's like, what? That was a botch, if anything, man. That was the craziest botch because that was horrible. He should have kicked out of that and then redone something again. But yeah, that match is really forgettable. What I wish, honestly, Luke Harper should not be fighting Eric Rowan. He should have been pushed to that main event for Backlash. He should have won that fatal 4 or 5 way, and he's the one who should have been facing Randy Orton. Now that would have been awesome. And if Luke Harper won that title, then I actually would have been happy because that man deserves to be champion. He's absolutely, definitely, my opinion.
I still take Jinder Mahal over Mojo Rawley any day.
That's another discussion for another day because that shit will last for a couple hours.
Oh, absolutely. With the combustible elements of both of us, me and you, yeah, that's gonna last forever.
Oh shit.
WWE creative there, Mikey.
Speaking of WWE creative, it was a report on NoDQ.com. Has anyone else noticed that they've been doing a lot more multi-man matches lately? Mm-hmm. It's mainly because WWE creative has kind of been burned out, or they're kind of slow right now. Well, to be fair, when have they not been slow? But they've kind of been burned out, so they're not really doing anything. Like they know what they're gonna do for SummerSlam, but for Money in the Bank, Extreme Rules, and the other pay-per-view we'll get to, after all that, they don't really know what they're doing, which is why they don't have a lot of multi-man matches. And I'm excited for it, especially the Fatal 5-Way Extreme Rules a week from Sunday because I might be there. But it's still not good if you can't really come up with anything. So you're just making a bunch of multi-man matches.
That's what happens when you have a terrible failure of an idea called the brand split. I wish this never happened.
I originally thought that might, but then I'll be honest. When they first announced the brand split, I thought it was a stupid idea because the original wasn't always that good. But then we had that first Raw at the Battleground, which was amazing. Then SmackDown became relevant again, and so I thought, okay, the brand split's starting to work. And I'll be honest, it's not the brand split; it was the superstar shakeup after WrestleMania that hurt it. because they took Dean, Miz, and Bray from SmackDown to put them on Raw, and they gave Raw Jinder Mahal and I don't remember who else. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. So I think it wasn't the brand split, it was a superstar shakeup because it kind of hurt a lot. I think if they just kept the everyone on the show they were originally drafted to, or did a completely new draft, that'd work better. But just taking like 4 or 5 stars from each show and just switching them, I think that kind of hurt both shows, which is why Mahal's the champion right now.
And Raw fucked SmackDown. Like literally, they wanted, I believe Vince, whoever it was, wanted to keep Raw that A show. So they wanted as many A superstars they possibly can get on that Raw show. And SmackDown got fucked royally.
I agree with that, Mike. I said the same thing. I said that because Vince is always favorite Raw over SmackDown, even during the Ruthless Aggression era when SmackDown was kicking Raw's butt every week.
Yeah.
So what happened? Let's just take away three of SmackDown's biggest main eventers, not named Cena or Styles, and that hurt the show if you ask me, because Miz, and it hurt the wrestlers too. Miz was easily the best heel in WWE when he's on SmackDown, but now he's treated like a joke on Raw. Bray Wyatt was there to be champion, and well, granted he's gonna be in the main event next pay-per-view, but still, they're not doing anything with him.
I agree completely.
And you had 3 hours of Raw, but they're not using those 3 hours to the best of their abilities. They're doing the same crap every week. For example, we got Sasha Banks and Alicia Fox for 3 consecutive weeks. And, I love Sasha Banks, but what's the purpose? No one cares.
I figured they were doing the superstar shakeup because it's kind of like a reorganization after Mania. But I think they probably should have saved it if they were going to do that. I think they did it too soon because, they had the whole bit where Randy Orton had to go to or was it Raw? With the last pay-per-view with the whatchamajigger? You guys know what I'm talking about. Payback, thank you.
Payback.
I think it was just kind of, it was done too soon. I get why they do it. It's probably reorganizing or trying to do something else, but it was just done too soon. It was kind of sloppy. And if they did like a whole new draft, it could probably fix it, because I kind of like this how there's 2 separate I don't know, maybe they just, as he said, do a new draft maybe by the end of the year or something, or put them back together again. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm optimistic.
But all I know is that now SmackDown is live now. I feel like sooner or later, maybe after SummerSlam or close to the end of the year, put both brands back together. Now that SmackDown's live, I think you should put them back to fucking together, because we're seeing the same exact matches every goddamn time, and it's just getting old and it's getting boring. And that's partially why I'm out of the fucking game. This was a terrible failure. It was fun in the beginning. It was fun in the beginning. When Dean Ambrose won Money in the Bank, I lost my shit. And then he bought that shit over to SmackDown. And, they introduced a Universal title, which I never had a problem with. Never had a problem with that. It was fun in the beginning, but now it's the same shit, the same rehashes, and it's just nothing is surprising anymore. The only surprising thing, recent memory, was fucking Jinder Fuckface. That was the most surprising thing, but it pissed me off. Other than that, everything else has just been the same rehash. And I'm not going to spend 3 hours on Monday night. I'm not going to spend 2 hours on SmackDown. I'm not going to spend another 5-6 hours on a pay-per-view wasting my time on rehashes I've seen the past fucking forever. How many times have Dean and Miz fought each other? Seriously, I can't even keep count. How many fucking times have they fought each other on pay-per-views, on Raws, and SmackDowns?
That's a rhetorical question?
Yes. But seriously, rehash. They got to stop this bullshit.
But Mike, if you bring both shows together, you're just gonna get more rehashing. Think about it, Mike. Why is it that, like, before the brand split, after they really killed it in 2011, was it? No one was watching SmackDown for a good 5 years because they were doing the same matches on Raw. So if they bring both rosters together, Mike, you'll have Ambrose and Miz on on Raw. They'll face again on SmackDown next night. Then they'll face on Raw the next week. Then SmackDown next night. Then on the pay-per-view. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with the brand split. I really am. It's just how you're gonna work it.
Yeah.
Both shows, I see what you can do with both shows if you really. For example, a lot of people are angry that Raw's 3 hours and they keep saying, "Oh, well, go back to 2 hours." It's not that easy when you have a deal with USA Network, which doesn't expire until 2019. If you had 3 hours, use that third hour to your advantage. Have more matches, better things to build characters. Help build the cruiserweights for.
But they're not. That's the thing. They're filling in all this bullshit. That's not even wrestling. It's just terrible segments that no one's interested in. There's not enough wrestling on Raw. That's why SmackDown is was before it fucked up, was the A show, because it was all wrestling and fantastic promos. Raw is just fucking, it's not Raw anymore. You know what I mean?
It's Raw.
There you go. There you go.
So I was happy that they had the brand extension, brand split, whatever you want to call it. I think the two things that they should have done was have the Cruiserweight division for one brand, and that should have been SmackDown Live, so they have 205 Live technically after there, and the women's division all on Monday Night Raw. Have them part of the flagship show and have that there, because if they're going to have this first ever Money in the Bank women's ladder match, first you make Money in the Bank a dual brand pay-per-view. That'd have been a smart move, but they can be dumb sometimes. So they're just having it for SmackDown. But if they did have Raw, or they just had them split but still together, it worked, but just having it that way, because then women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and able to have enough bodies, legitimate bodies, not just bodies to have in the match, but legitimate women to put in that match, that you can make an argument for each and every one of them to win and be the briefcase holder, especially when you're doing it for the first time.
We all know you want to win, Steve.
Yes, but anyways, just on a point overall, if they would have done it that way, it would have made it a lot better than it is right now, right? Because they're scrambling to find who should they have. Is Lana going to be one of the last ones to be in there? And you do have to have championship matches at the pay-per-view itself. So Naomi's defending her title against somebody. SmackDown Live is going to have their own fatal 5-way match next week on SmackDown Live for the women. Winner you're facing Naomi at Money in the Bank. So that leaves that last spot. Could it be Lana? Could it be somebody else? If only, Eva Marie didn't mess up and everything, she would have been the one to get that spot. But that's not happening, because I think she's going to be leaving her future endeavor here shortly. And I'm surprised she wasn't already after the finale of Total Divas, which actually was a pretty good show this season. But anyways, with I like the brand split. SmackDown needed the brand split. It was dying before it being taped, and I know for people like me always reading the spoilers. So I was happy for the brand split. Glad it came. It was good for SmackDown, and as it showed, for me being a Team Blue guy. But I think those two things, if they would have done that, had the women division either all together separated, but still all together in a way, or have them go on Raw or SmackDown, I guess, but have them all together, and then the Cruiserweight SmackDown specifically, then I think it would have been a lot better moving forward. And then the Superstar shakeup and whatever would have happened there. But I think those two is where they met. The downfall of the brand extension was to me.
I say this when the brand split first happened. What they should have done was, I agree. I'd have put the women on Raw. I would put the cruiserweights here's the thing with the cruiserweights. You can either put them on SmackDown, make 205 Live its own thing, on Full Sail. You could do either one of that. Had the tag team champions float, because neither the tag team division has enough tag teams to last on one show. Raw has the Hardys, Sheamus, Cesaro, the Club. SmackDown has Breezango, American Alpha, New Day, Usos. Neither really brand has a good tag division. So you bring both tag team divisions together, I think that could help.
That's a good point. I would be down with that.
Yeah,
But
Roger, Mike.
moving all the women over to one show, I think that would be helpful too.
Okay. Say, Roger, Mike, you have any reaction to any of my crazy thoughts?
Not really, man. I mean, I understand what you're saying. Just, I don't know, man. Just this whole brand split shit. Just, I don't know. It was fun at first, like I said. It was fun at first, but now it just died down to me, to be honest, and it's just not interesting to me anymore. It just really isn't. I just wish now that SmackDown Live is live now, I don't know, maybe they have an opportunity to do better things. I have no idea. But all I know is right now, the only person who's keeping that show alive, in my personal opinion, is AJ Styles. He is the only one who's keeping that show alive because there's not another person you could think of who is a must-see on Smack. I mean, other than like, I love Sami Zayn. Don't get me wrong, I love Sami Zayn, but I'm talking about like the face of SmackDown. You know what I mean? Like, who's the top tier? It's AJ Styles. And why the fuck is he in a U.S. Championship match with with Kevin Owens? That man is world or WWE champion material. You know what? Let AJ Styles take out that motherfucker Jinder. I'll be happy as a pig and shit. I'll be sure as hell back to watching in the heartbeat, baby.
You'll be happy no matter who takes the title off Maul at this rate, Mike.
At this point,
you know, can I
What's-
just
You know
say
who that
that
could be? That
what's that fucker's name that you hate, Kieran?
Mojo Rawley?
No, the other one.
What's that? Ellsworth?
There you go. At this point, I'll be so fucking happy if he came and just pinned them 1, 2, 3, and he's
Is
a new
that
champion.
Mike? I'm coming on this show. I'm gonna cuss you out.
I fucking hope it happens. I fucking hope it happens. I want to see you lose your shit. I want to see you lose your shit, Kieran. I want to see it happen. I hope that fucking happens. I hope to God that happens.
You'll be waiting for Cold Day in Hell. Anyway,
Mojo's gonna be champ, by the
I
way.
have
I'm just
faith.
letting you know, Mojo's gonna be champ, by the way, because they're gonna plan. It's gonna be Mojo versus Jinder. It's happening. You know what's happening because their feud has not ended since the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And then Mojo Rawley is gonna be WWE champion, and you're gonna go nuts, and I'm gonna be laughing all the way to the bank, baby. I'm gonna be so happy when that day comes. I'm so happy. Mojo Rawley for champ 2017. Let's go.
Like I said,
That's not nice.
all I was going to say is the reason why I say 3+ months for Jinder Mahal title reign is because I don't see Jinder Mahal dropping the strap until the Money in the Bank briefcase holder cashes in on him. So
I
that's
see that happen.
yeah. So I just want to get that out. You guys continue on, Kieran.
And also, you know what I think SmackDown really needs to bring back to help their ratings? And regardless of how people feel about him, this is common. This is fact that whenever he shows up, ratings go up. My favorite wrestler, the complete opposite of yours, Mike, John Cena. You take your headphones off. Have you ever think about it? Every time Cena's come back, ratings go up. Put the
I
microphone
think
on,
you
Mike.
killed Mikey. You killed him.
I've done worse to him, and I'm not. I told him I'm giving him a break this week, but I'll be back to torturing him next week.
Why the fuck? Why is he your favorite? Just tell me. Why is he your favorite wrestler? You say if you say he's a technically good wrestler, I'm gonna go nuts.
Why is Randy on your favorite wrestler? John Cena's
Because he can actually wrestle.
I'm sorry, but how many matches candidates has Randy Orton had over John Cena? Cena already has one.
How many times has John Cena
many
botched a
times-
springboard stunner? Do you want to go through that shit?
Wait, what'd you say? Repeat that.
How many times has John Cena botched a springboard stunner? How many times has he botched a fucking move?
Okay, I'll give you that. You're right about that.
How is he a good wrestler? How is he a good wrestler? Because he has so many championships? Is that why?
No, I'm not gonna use that excuse. Mike, I'm just saying.
Because he's happy with the kids? Because he's a good role model for the children?
Yeah, I look up to him, but let's be honest, that's not why either. I'm just saying, Randy Orton has never matched John Cena, and if you ask me, when it comes to drawing power, he's damn sure not better on the mic than John Cena. And I repeat, Randy Orton, in my honest opinion, has never had one match year candidate, while Cena has at least 1 to 2 every single year.
Let me ask you something. When Miz does his promo, when he did his promos about 3 weeks in a row about the Bellas, the Diva, or whatever it was, for Brie Bella and John Cena. Did you watch that and actually let that marinate and say, you know what, Miz is actually right? That's how John Cena actually is? Or did you go, oh, this promo's stupid as hell? This is not John Cena
I thought
at
it was
all.
a great promo, but I don't take the total Divas and total Bellas into consideration. To the fact that 90% of that show is scripted anyway.
So you believe John Cena is absolutely 100% real?
No, I'm not gonna say that either. And neither. Oh, you want to hold being real? Is Randy Orton real? He took a dump in Divas bags, Mike. He's throwing temper tantrums. He's trash hotel rooms. Don't give me none of that.
He's a heel. I don't give a shit. I love him. He's a heel in real life. I fucking love Randy.
Here's the thing about Randy, and I don't care what you say. His best match of his career had been 13 years ago.
Which one?
Mick Foley at Backlash. That was the last time Orton had I'm not gonna say it was the last time he had a great match, but that was his last. If you ask me, true match of the year candidate. Now let's look at Cena. Let's start. One of the best matches of top 3 matches against Styles at SummerSlam last year. One of the top matches of the year against Styles at Royal Rumble this year. Where we at? 2015, the second best match of 2015.
But do you realize AJ carried him both those times?
It takes 2 to work a match, Mike.
AJ carried him both those times.
It takes 2 to work a match. Okay, you want to keep going? How many Open Challenge matches did Cena have that were legit great matches? Cesaro. That match against Cesaro in Chicago was something special. His trilogy against Kevin Owens was great. Don't give me if you're trying to tell me Randy Orton better than John Cena, this way I'm going to disagree with you. Orton is bland. People say John Cena's character is out of stale at times, which yes, it is. Randy Orton can't cut a promo better than John Cena. I dare you try to say that's not true.
I'm not saying that he can't cut a better promo. I'm just saying John Cena's not a good wrestler. He's just not a good wrestler. That's what I'm saying.
But Mike, people always talk about, and I'm gonna go to your point where you say AJ carried John. How many matches Randy Orton had where he's the one carrying the match? If Randy Orton's carrying the match, and it's never good because most are gonna get headlocks. I'll admit Cena works best with someone like AJ Styles or Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn. But don't feel like Orton isn't the same way.
Not really. First of all, I just there's nothing. I mean, I just don't get. He fucking slammed that chair. He fucking slammed that chair. I'm getting under your skin. Oh, I love this.
Not really. You can't get under my skin.
No, you slammed that chair like a motherfucker. I heard that chair. Your chair said, "Ouch." You were pissed off. You put on the headphones.
No, I bumped into it. No, I just had to do it for my family.
Don't scream. You're gonna piss off your mom. Don't scream.
I'm not screaming. I'm calm. I'm not.
Look, I just hate how all these, well, they're kids. They're children, so I can't really be an asshole. Everybody is just praising Cena like he's literally one of the greatest of all time, and I hate to God that when Cena trashed The Rock multiple fucking times on podcasts, on interviews, even did a shit on Raws, fucking blasting Rock for leaving for Hollywood and taking this time off. Cena did the same goddamn thing. That's the shit that I do not like about Cena. He thinks so high and mighty of himself. Then once he does something like that, leaves for Hollywood and takes this huge amount of time off to the company, then comes back and says, "Oh, I'm here. I'm still part of the company. I will never leave," like The Rock and everything. He fucking goes again just like The Rock. So he's a complete fucking hypocrite. That's the thing.
Mate.
What is the difference? Please tell me what the difference is. Please.
You're right about that. He did leave like The Rock. He keeps coming back though. Different. Also, here's one thing why I would put Cena as one of the greats. Who else would have carried WWE for the last 10 years? Orton couldn't do it. Orton flopped as a babyface every time. He's flopping now. Orton, you mean Orton can't carry the WWE like Cena did? One, he doesn't have the star power. I'm just saying, I like Orton, but he's bland, and Cena's better than him.
In what way?
I've already said he definitely had better matches. He's better on the mic. But what do you? He sold more.
I just want to ask you this: do you think Cena can wrestle? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right, that's all I had to know.
Sorry about that little back and forth, Steve. But but I'm just like, I've grown up a Cena fan. I've seen him improve from how he's wrestled. I used to wrestle.
So he's number one favorite. He's number favorite of all time.
I'm afraid to answer. You know what? Screw it. Yes, he is.
This motherfucker. God, are you watching this man right here? Give this child some help. Give this child some help, God. I will pray to you tonight. Give him some help. Please, I beg you. The greatest of all time. John Cena. The greatest of all time.
That's not what I said. I said he's my favorite of all time. There's a difference. The greatest of all time.
Well, it's your favorite of all time. That's your opinion. I understand that. But you saying he's your favorite of all time means he outshadows Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. You guys, what you just said.
I had no regrets. Just like you never have any regrets from things you said.
Fuck.
Now, is he?
Fuck.
Personally, yes, he's my favorite wrestler of all time. Would I personally put him like? Of course, yeah, guys. Like my top 5. If you want my top 5, it's Cena in no particular order: Cena, Angle, Undertaker, Michaels, Jericho. Those are my 5 favorites.
Let me ask something really quick, because I know, Steve, you got to show the roll, man. I want you one more question. I want you to answer this truthfully, brutal, honestly.
Okay.
Steve Austin or John Cena?
Steve Austin.
All right.
I'm not an idiot,
All right.
Mike.
I don't know. You're surprising the shit out of me with all this fucking crazy shit about John Cena.
Mike, you do realize I didn't grow up during the Attitude Era. So who Austin was for those in the late 90s, that's who Cena was for me growing up. You gotta take that into account.
Let me ask you, because I asked you who's your favorite. You said Cena. When I said
Yes.
Cena or Austin, what's that? What does that mean?
Just because someone's your favorite, Mike, does not mean they're the best. There's a difference. Yes, Cena's my favorite of all time. For example, like, you want to give me a prime example? If you ask someone who grew up in the 80s who their favorite wrestler of all time, good chance to say Hulk Hogan. Was Hogan really the best wrestler back then?
I
No,
fucking hate
far from
Hogan,
it.
so I can't.
I despise it. I don't like Hogan. Now, that's the question. Who do you think is better in that regard, Cena or Hogan? Honestly, Mike.
That's like asking me. It's like that's like someone putting 2 piles of shit in my face, saying which is the better piece of shit, this one on the left or this one on the right. But if you put a gun to my head, because I really do dislike Hogan, I'll probably say Cena.
And so my point is that when you ask someone in the 80s who their favorite wrestler was, they'll say Hogan. But my favorite wrestler of the 80s is Macho Man.
Right. It's all about it's all generational. It's all about generation. My favorite wrestler is Stone Cold Steve Austin. My favorite wrestler of all time, Undertaker. If I had to choose between Raunchy Mikey's Randy Orton or Kieran's John Cena, between those two and your heated argument there, I actually would go with Randy Orton over John Cena if I had to between those two. And between Hulk Hogan and John Cena, so those are my opinions there. Just like everybody's different from there. Katrina, what are your thoughts on this before we finally move on?
Well, I guess watching and everything, wrestling like for probably my top fun.
No, she told me
I
today,
would
boy,
say my
you look good.
Of course, Taker, Steve Austin, Jake Roberts, Bruiser Brody, and Pat Patterson. At least from while I was growing up, that older generation, but that's where
I'm just saying, he still look nice.
Kieran said that's where he grew up, and that's where I
She don't go to Everson.
nostalgia for me. I would say for like this new generation, which is a very different product than it was when probably the greatest right now. Active. KO, Sami Zayn.
Absolutely.
I actually have to give it Randy Orton and John Cena on the same list, on the same top 5 list. And I was gonna say I'll throw a female on there. Charlotte.
All right.
Okay.
I knew I always liked you, Kat. You said Charlotte. I knew I always liked you for some reason. There you go. Good answer. Good answer.
You see, Mike, I like you. I like you guys, but I'm not afraid to not, disagree with any of you. I'm not afraid to rant against any
That's
of
what
you.
the whole point of opinions are for. Disagreement.
And that's the beauty of it.
If everyone agrees on something, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be a good conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, I agree with that.
But fuck John Cena. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
At this rate, Mike, you said so much stuff. I don't know whether to take you seriously at time or not. But hey,
shit.
We can have this debate anytime. I'm not afraid to debate against anybody.
No, I know. It's all in good fun, man. It's all in good fun.
Absolutely.
All right, now moving on, we can talk about what I heard reported that there might be actually a first ever women's Money that could be happening for SmackDown Live. I know we kind of touched about it earlier, but we'll get your guys and your thoughts on if you think it should happen, who would be your favorite. You already know who I'm going with, obviously, but you guys on how you think that should happen and who you think really should have that last spot. Should it be Lana, or do you think it could be an NXT call up? Or go from there. So we'll start with Kieran. Your thoughts on everything there, and
if
Money in the Bank ladder match.
If WWE does do a women's Money in the Bank, I don't think Charlotte be in it because I think she'll challenge Naomi at Money in the Bank if that's what happens. So who we have left in that match? We have Becky, Carmella, Natalya, and Tamina right now.
You forgot James Ellsworth, the biggest chick ever.
Oh, jeez.
Ellsworth
Anyways.
for champ, baby. Ellsworth for Money in the Bank 2017. Let's go.
The modern day Maharaja is WWE champion.
Get the fuck out of here.
Anyway, I probably would pick Becky of those women, but I mean, that's who I would pick of those four. Whether we get someone else or NXT call up, that yet to be seen.
Katrina?
I'm excited for the prospect. Feminism both. But I just think they would.
Hey, Kieran.
Yes.
You be on mute.
Sorry about that. I had to change locations.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Katrina.
I said that they earn it. I would like to see NXT call up maybe Asuka make her debut finally. I've been waiting on it like pins and needles to say who would be in it. The course Becky Lynch, Carmella, Tamina. I can't Asuka, I would like to see her as a surprise call up. I think she's gonna do it. I think she's just about ready. And that'd be quite and I think Lana will I think I'll be dead before Lana debuts.
All right.
That's how long it's gonna. I'd like to see her. I think it'd be pretty sweet, but I don't think I'm gonna live that long.
All right, Ronchi Mikey.
I personally think the surprise entry will actually be Lana, because they've been doing those silhouettes, whatever, those cards saying coming soon. I believe it's going to be her, a little surprise, and I think around that time, I think Rusev's going to be joining back in to hopefully face Jinder, maybe in the future, give him a push. But as for the women, I think Lana will be that person who will be the surprise entrant, which would be so dope, and I'd be 100% behind her. But yeah, I hope to God Charlotte's in it, and I hope to God she wins. If she is not in it, that Money in the Bank match, if there is a Money in the Bank match, I definitely will be happy if it goes to Lana. I'd be very curious to see where that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously you guys know me going with Carmella to be my favorite for the Money in the Bank ladder match. If they do have it for the women, maybe Charlotte probably, or assuming Charlotte probably would get the win to face Naomi next week, and that being the title match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. But I just wanted to bring that up, get you guys' thoughts on that. But let's move on to Raw and SmackDown, Kieran and Katrina. Starting with Monday Night Raw. 2 weeks away from Extreme Rules and the Fatal 5-Way for the number one contendership for Brock Lesnar's Universal Championship. Just want to get your guys' thoughts on anything or everything you want to discuss on Raw, Kieran.
I can't say when a part-timer has a championship. It just makes it less valuable to me.
It just makes me upset.
So whoever's taking from Brock Lesnar, I'm totally down with. I don't care. Shoot, I'll take it from. I'll be the surprise entrance. I could totally do it.
Well, Raw, I think what they're doing with the Fatal 5-Way, I kind of like. Granted, I wish Bray Wyatt didn't cut a generic promo Monday night. Generic promo, Roman interrupts, match gets made, Joe and Rollins break it up, and then tag team match in the night. That formula is so overdone to the point I literally called everything before it even happened. The thing they did with Balor with Paul Heyman is great because Paul Heyman is the greatest promo guy of all time. If you ask me, I could listen to a Paul Heyman promo over and over again, never get tired of it. And seeing him put over a Balor, I like that. And next week, what's that?
I said that was very interesting. It kind of intrigued where he's going with that.
Is that me too?
He's trying to pick up clients.
I'll be fine with that. I would love to see Finn Balor be a Paul Heyman guy. What else? The tag team match was good. Doing Balor and Carl Anderson, I like how they touched on their history in New Japan. That was a nice touch. And what was kind of interesting, if WWE does this right, is Mike, you probably like this. They had an angle where someone attacked Enzo in the back. And that's
I heard about that, and just by judging watching that clip, I feel like it's Cass.
Yeah, I say it's either Cass.
Agree.
It's either gonna be
Big
Cass,
Yep.
or if it can go two ways. It's either Cass, and he can give her that dead weight known as Enzo Amore, or, and this is what I'm afraid I'll do, is if anyone noticed, and it was kind of hard, that when Sasha had an interview Monday, the revival in the very background. So it was either Cass or the Revival.
I'm gonna hope it was Big Cass, just so they can split those two up and Enzo can go to the cruiserweights. And Revival probably just had to pee.
Yeah, kill the cruiserweights more than they already have.
I don't know what else to do with him because I don't think I don't know. I just don't think he's a very good wrestler. He's great on the mic. I just don't think he's a good wrestler.
He's an entertainer. He's strictly entertainer. He's not a wrestler. And I feel like, if anything, if it is Big Cass who did hit Enzo, I feel like that should be the perfect way to do it. Let Cass do his thing, because Enzo is just baggage, man. He's great on the microphone. Let him be somebody else's manager or try to do something the cruiserweights. I have no idea, but he's just getting old for me. It was really fun when he appeared on the main roster. I loved him in NXT, but it was so much fun when he first came on the main roster. But now it's just getting so stale, and he's not a good wrestler. He's not. He's a great entertainer. Great entertainer, but that's it.
Cass is a really good wrestler. Cass is a good wrestler.
Yeah.
On Raw.
And
Ellsworth versus Enzo. Oh shit! I'd pay a fucking $1,000 to watch that match. Let's go.
me versus you, Mike. Me versus you. One more thing about Raw I want to touch on is the stuff that happened with Bayley and Alexa. Now, I'm not a fan of pole matches. You know, they're making that match at Extreme Rules, a candlestick on the pole. Who's booking this crap? Vince Russo. But I'm excited because I like both Bayley and Alexa, and I get where they're going with the storyline. Can Bayley get extreme? But the problem with this is when she, had the candlestick against Alexa. I mean, Alexa got the ring. I know they didn't want her to hit Alexa, but couldn't they at least let her swing and make Alexa duck and move out the ring? That helps get some edge to Bayley's character, and it shows that she was willing to do it. But the fact she didn't even swing the candlestick at Alexa just shows, okay, are you really serious about this or not? And that's the problem. WWE's not building Bayley the way they should be. And I love Bayley, and I love Alexa too. But I don't get how they're gonna do this. I'm gonna obviously watch that match if I'm there in person. I'm gonna watch it anyway. And I'm excited for it, despite, I'm not a fan of pole matches, but let's just see where it goes.
I just hope that Bayley can get some lady balls before this, because that's what she's seriously lacking. She's great everywhere else, but she has no lady balls, and she needs to let them hang free.
Exactly, I agree with that.
I hate her promos so much. Her promos make me cringe. I hate her promos so much. Oh my god.
I agree with that.
Well, here's a hot spot question to Raunchy Mikey. What do you hate more, her promos or her finishing move?
That's a really tough question, Steve. I hate her promos more. I despise her finisher because the most weakest thing ever in the world. But I despise her promos. I think it's absolutely horrible. I mean,
is it worse than Hogan's leg drop?
Nothing's worse than Hogan. With someone that size leg dropping on your
Bayley's promos are atrocious. They're horrible. She tries to come up strong, but what she is just a tiny little kid
Girl.
who's trying to I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, but she's just, it's not believable. It just sounds like a little toddler screaming at her mother, and it's just cringy. And, my god.
Here's the problem is this. And I hate when I gotta always say this, but it's true. Look at some of her promos in NXT. While they're not the strongest, I've seen them work. For example, her promos for both matches, her Brooklyn match against Sasha, that was a good promo. Her promo before her match against Asuka, that was a good promo. And in both of those things, they show like she has lady balls. She went at Sasha. She was not backing down Asuka. That's the Bayley I know and love, and I want to see in the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mind her. I don't mind her childlike enthusiasm, because let me stress this: there's a difference between acting like a child, having childlike enthusiasm. We all have childlike enthusiasm, even as we grow up. I mean, I'm 17, still growing up, but we don't act like children, and that's where I think you gotta know how to take her character seriously enough, and I just don't think WWE's doing that the correct way.
I didn't want to touch on or just bring up, because neither of you have yet, having to do with Monday Night Raw, is Matt Hardy defeating Sheamus and choosing the stipulation for the Raw Tag Team title match at Extreme Rules. And the Hardy Boys actually going away from what I thought they would do. I thought they'd just say it's going to be another ladder match, and maybe Sheamus and Cesaro to win the tag titles, defeating them at their own game, since they were the one that Matt Hardy winning this match and picking the stipulation. But they went with a cage match and locked them inside. So I thought that was certainly on that. Were you surprised when you heard it was going to be a cage match over a ladder match?
I agree. I thought it was going to be a ladder match, but I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm rather excited for it, actually.
I'll be honest, they weren't 100.
Cesaro take the win.
They weren't 100% predictable. As soon as Matt won, I said ladder match, and the fact they made it a cage match, I guess I'll give them it. I'll be honest, they weren't predictable in that sense, but we were all kind of expecting a ladder match, and they said cage match. We were kind of disappointed. Heck, I would have liked to see a match similar to the Final Deletion, even though I didn't really like the Final Deletion. I'd have liked to saw that in the Hardy compound, a match in there. I'll take that. It's probably better than the House of Horrors match was.
Guys, I'm gonna have to let you go. My phone is at 3%.
Okay.
If I charge it up, you guys are still going, then I'll pop back in.
All right.
I'm about to die.
I also saw that Raji Mikey had to go. I don't know if he had a charge thing or doing something, but either way, we'll continue on. But I guess we'll move over to SmackDown Live, the coronation and the championship celebration of Jinder Mahal. Everything going down there. They're starting to build to Money in the Bank. Them announcing the Money in the Bank ladder match for the men and already giving us the 6 participants. They're going to be part of that in the opening segment with Shane McMahon and those superstars. What are your thoughts here on everything that happened on SmackDown Live and the fact that they just announced the superstars instead of having qualifying matches?
Well, first, let me say I didn't watch a lot of SmackDown. I'll talk about what I did watch. I'm fine with them just announcing the stars because there really not enough wrestlers who you can believe will be in that Money in the Bank besides the 6 men they named. Because I don't know what they're doing with Rusev. And Randy and Jinder are feuding for the title. So who else were you gonna put in it? And I will give WWE some thoughtful writing. They didn't originally have Kevin in it, and Kevin made a good point. He said, you're putting AJ in there, but I beat him on Sunday, so why am I not in there? And he got in because of that. Like I said, I'm stuck with thoughtful writing like that. I just like things like that because it's nice touches like that that shows that the writers do know what they're doing most of the time. I was excited for it. I mean, Nakamura, Styles, Owens, Zayn, Ziggler, and Corbin in a Money in the Bank. That's gonna be great. I'm excited for it.
So it's really going to be interesting to see how everything goes down for the show. Raji Mikey was just saying that his internet cut out while he was not here. But anyways, I'm looking forward to seeing how things go for Money in the Bank. Not too much for me to say about SmackDown Live. I did enjoy the celebration, the Pajami celebration for Jinder Mahal. Monday Mahal becoming the WWE champion. Like I said before, hopefully a 3-month more reign. But we'll certainly see how it all goes down. It's too bad that Raji Mikey or Katrina or even Mark Rambo, who wasn't able to be here for this awesome episode, because I'm going to end it off with a theme song that I like. But if there's anything last thing you want to bring up or anything else for tonight, you're welcome to do so. If not, let people know where they can find you online and social media and otherwise.
You can find me on Twitter at SplashBroKyron. You can find me on Instagram at SplashBro_Kyron. Find me on YouTube at Kyron Space Chase. Well, don't type space, just Kyron Chase. That's basically all you can find. I would say you can find me on Snapchat, but I barely use it. If you want, follow me on Snapchat, SplashBroKyron. But that's where you can find, and Tumblr, SplashBroKyron as well. All my social media is SplashBroKyron except my YouTube. That's Kyron Chase. But other than that, once again, Steve, thanks for having me on the show.
It's always good to have you each and every week. Well, everybody, welcome to like the video that is watching those that I did see were in the chat. Shout out to Ronnie S. and others that I did see that were in the chat for the episode. Greatly appreciated. Welcome to share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Of course, that's how our channel grows, word of mouth. And from what I've been hearing with YouTube, I'm not promoting pro wrestling videos as much, especially with ads and everything, because they kind of at least it seems like from outside looking in, I'm actually going to be calling at some point and having a conversation with someone. No, I won't record it. It'll be private, but I have a conversation with someone over there at YouTube just to share my thoughts in a nice, calm way, respectful conversation with one person over there about that, about my channel and other things that I do want to share with them. But beyond that, that's what I've been hearing from other YouTubers, BC Amplified and others. Who is also part of our large pay-per-view chats each and every month. So certainly looking forward to that because we're already going to be doing another one. Next Sunday is going to be WWE Extreme Rules. Where Howard and others will be there live to enjoy it and enjoy the show in that way. Welcome to follow me on Twitter at WWE_podcast. Thanks to Raunchy Mikey for being here as long as he was able to be here before the internet cut out. To Katrina as long as she was able to be here until her phone died off. And Karen obviously making it the whole way. Heck, he was here even an hour early. Dedicated, appreciate that from him. Someone that I know I can depend on just as much as everybody else, but it seems like even more so. So again, follow me at WWE_podcast. I do tweet pretty much every day. Tomorrow, as I always do, my hashtag Follow Friday thing that I do for all 4 of my Twitter handles. I do 4 of them for each Twitter handle each and every Friday. So that's at WWE_podcast, at Talking_Packers, at Politics_WI, and at Army_Strong_06. That one is my personal Twitter handle, and that's the one connected with this YouTube channel. Where it automatically tweets when a video goes live and when it's uploaded. Also, if you do subscribe to this channel, because again, I've heard from YouTube or from other content creators that YouTube has been taking away your subscribers. So make sure you check that you are still subscribed to my channel. If not, resubscribe. And also remember to ring the dang bell. Ring the bell so you can be the first one to be notified when I do go live with a video of any kind, whether it's a TV show review or this podcast. And soon my NFL. When the NFL season does return. So I look forward to having Get With Sports, T-Boy TV Live, and other people as well on that show talking NFL as my Green Bay Packers are trying to make that run to Super Bowl, to this year's Super Bowl from there.
Ravens Nation when it comes to me. I'm all for the Ravens.
But we leave it with my girl Carmella, her theme song here. Hope everybody has a great Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe, have fun, and as always, take care.
Peace out.